Okay. Hello, Aries. This is your tarot reading for May 2016. I'm using a new deck. This is the Neil Gaiman Sandman deck. It's a very beautiful deck, but it's a little dark as far as colors and hue. But I hope you can still see the cards. Okay. Okay. I'm now going to cut the cards. Okay. Your first card is Six of Pentacles. Your next card is Two of Cups in reverse. Okay. The art for these cards is very abstract. Your next card, Aries, is the Empress. The next card is the Hangman in reverse. Excuse me. The next card is the Devil. This will also be in the center of your spread. So far, you have a lot of strong major arcana cards coming through. You have a Page of Cups reversed. So a lot of your cups so far are reversing in this situation, Aries. We have the Tower. We do have a Ten of Cups upright. It's not reversed. And the next card here is the Star reversed. Okay. I will shuffle for an outcome card. Okay, I'm trying to adjust this light. Oh, let's see. Okay. Okay. All right. So what I'm seeing here, um, your major arcana are very, very intense, Aries, because what I'm seeing here, um, I'm definitely getting a huge change here. You have the Queen, the Hangman, the Devil, the Tower, and the Star. So five major arcana. And this could actually be a situation, this huge change could be a breakup, pretty much. And it seems as if even before this present moment, that in the past, Aries, and especially based on your reading from April, that maybe these problems were slowly emerging in the past few weeks. But what we have here, these major arcana, we have an Empress who is a dominant woman here. Um, and this could be your energy, Aries. Even though the Empress has an earth energy, this Empress represents a woman. It could also be someone else, but this Empress, I like to call it the Diva card. And I like to call it the Diva card because the Empress gets what she wants. She's the mother of all living things in tarot and in Wicca. Um, meaning there's so many goddesses, um, especially Venus. And, you have this Mother Earth energy of sensuality and all the good things that life has to offer. This Empress is not in reverse. So, it seems as if there is a dominant female energy. This could also be a female that another person is interested in. Sometimes when I see the Empress showing up, it could mean that there's some woman who is receiving a lot of attention. This could be a woman who attracts many admirers. Um, but usually I might see it as a second person, if this is a love triangle. I tend to see this Empress as a woman who comes out of nowhere and derails another relationship. Even though that has a negative connotation, sometimes I would just like to see the Empress as a woman of interest as far as relationships. Okay. There's a dominant force where a guy might be in love with this woman. She might represent the admiration and attention of a particular person. She's someone who is being sought after. She might be the lover of a particular person. So, as far as the difficulty, especially with this Two of Cups in reverse, I am definitely seeing this. I'm definitely seeing this huge imbalance here because the emotional commitment with Two of Cups is out of place here. So this is Six of Pentacles as well. I will get to this row. I will come back to it. But let's look at the other major arcana, this Devil versus the Empress. It could very well mean that this Devil is emerging from the Empress. The energies of this person, um, the behavior of this person might be very toxic, very negative. And especially when it's next to the Hangman. This Hangman represents a lot of emotional turmoil, especially when it's in reverse. It means losing control over the situation, um, being in emotional confusion, and feeling emotionally helpless. And so, this connection, this infatuation, this Empress who comes in and emotionally hijacks a relationship, and she causes a lot of emotional confusion, or there's a lot This devil could also indicate the circumstances of this relationship, meaning that it's a dysfunctional relationship. It could mean a relationship that is out of balance because this Two of Cups is reversed. It could be someone who's cheating, lying. Um, it could represent a relationship that keeps going in circles, where two people, especially since this devil is right under this Two of Cups reversed, we're talking about two people who have allowed their egos to become trapped in this toxic relationship. Okay. And I definitely see this Empress energy um, as something that might be contributing to this situation, another person who's interfering, because this Empress and Devil are both next to this Two of Cups in reverse. Together, this Empress and Devil, when they mate up and when they pair up, it could signal a very unbalanced relationship. You know, this Empress might be the one who's under the negative influence of the Devil. She's sacrificing her ideals. She might have been healthier and happier in the past, but it seems as if as things have progressed, this devil, this negative energy of the devil has dominated and had a huge influence on this relationship. Okay. So we also have the Hangman in reverse, which also tells the story of what's going on with this Two of Cups in reverse. This relationship that's upside down. And this Hangman is also upside down. So it also means a lot of emotional turmoil because of the imbalance in this relationship. And it could really be one of those really painful situations where someone is being dishonest or unfaithful, and you're trying to fix it. You're trying to be the person who, you're trying to be the bigger person in this relationship. And when I get back to this card, the Six of Pentacles, this is a card about give and take. It's about equality and fairness. So when you have this and it's next to this Two of Cups, it could very well mean that there's an imbalance in the relationship. One person is getting everything they want, and you are not getting everything you want here. But the Devil and the Empress are the two energies here that are in conflict in this situation. The Empress represents self-esteem, love, patience, nurturing, and the Devil seems to be here in the middle competing with the Empress. That we're losing our self-esteem, we're losing hope, we're in despair, we're in emotional turmoil. So these three major arcana cards are telling a really um, a very intense story here. You know, two people can't leave each other. They can't give up on each other. But to keep trying in the relationship or staying in this relationship, it's going to cause a lot of pain. Okay. And then when we have the Tower, Tower means complete destruction. Sometimes it's a destruction that needed to happen. It can mean someone's ego getting so far out of control that um, things, there's this huge disaster and you have to start over. This could also mean an unexpected event that just comes in and happens suddenly and just totally throws a monkey wrench into everything. And plans that were going to be made, they're suddenly canceled. I mean, when the Tower shows up, it does mean a blind side, something that you didn't expect. And when it's paired, once again, because the energy of the Devil is in the center of the spread, it seems to be a caution, a word of caution to you, Aries, that there's something going on with this other person or this situation that might actually catch you by surprise. Okay. Now, the interesting thing is that you do have the star in reverse. And the star in reverse means a lack of hope, a lack of despair. And you don't have any positive intentions for the future. The future looks bleak. And this is very well probably because of what's happening here in the tower, that uh, this situation is going to take a turn for the worse, and you might feel pretty um, hopeless about it. But maybe you shouldn't assume that. Okay. So these five major arcana cards are signaling that there are going to be huge changes for you, Aries. And you should definitely, and it's not about being afraid. I think it's more about opening your eyes to what's happening in the situation and making sure that when this tower happens, that you don't let it completely destroy you. So just by looking at your major arcana cards, the five, the story has pretty much already been told here. So, we have this Two of Cups in reverse, and it seems to have been influenced by this devil energy here, that we're going into a dysfunctional relationship that's not working, and it might get a little worse. We have this Six of Pentacles with the Empress. So there could be an issue of money or resources or living together or something with the home that has become unfair to you or has become a problem that's affecting the emotional happiness of the relationship. So by the time we get here, the stress and the strain of the problems going on in this relationship are now starting to become, you're probably going under a lot of stress from trying to deal with this relationship. And it could be the end of a relationship, heading toward the end, because you have this Page of Cups in reverse. And the Page of Cups is about young love. It's not necessarily about age, but it represents being in love or starting a relationship that could start over. Okay. The Page of Cups usually is a very positive card. It's about the beginning of falling in love or the beginning of a relationship. But because this is in the negative position, it seems to be reflecting um, what's going on with this Two of Cups in reverse. So heading to the last row, we get this destruction with the Tower. But interestingly enough, Aries, you have this wonderful card, the Ten of Cups, and this is upright. The Ten of Cups means 10 is the number that signals a new beginning and you start over. So I think it's very appropriate that you have this Tower of complete destruction, but then you have a Ten of Cups to where we're talking about happy home, happy partnership, happy marriage, um, getting everything you wanted, you know. Um, it's the happily ever after card. And it seems to be between the Tower and the Star in reverse. So this happily ever after, maybe there needs to be a rebuilding, and you might not have a lot of hope. It might seem like this relationship is a lost cause, but maybe it isn't, because these Ten of Cups are still upright. It might actually mean that you start at a new cycle. 10, after the number 10, you go back to the Ace of Cups. And that could mean going into a new relationship or letting go of this devil energy. Maybe this negative devil energy here is being destroyed. Maybe you are getting it out of your life in the future. And so maybe this is why it's leading to the Ten of Cups, meaning that all the emotional issues and the happiness, it's being resolved to where you're trying to get to that happy place. But we leave off with this star, which is a major arcana card that is based on the energy of water and emotions. Maybe you're starting over and you might not have a lot of hope in the beginning. That everything that's being destroyed, this happily ever after, the star is probably indicating that you might feel that everything in this relationship has been damaged for good. Okay. Maybe I'm going to give you a scenario, and these scenarios pop up in my head, but I have a feeling it might actually apply to someone. You could be talking about someone who has been suffering with a drug addiction and they go to rehab. They have to start over and get counseling, and that's a good thing with this 10 of cups, but it also means that the future is a little bit uncertain here. And that's looking at this in a more positive light, that the future might look uncertain for a while. But this Ten of Cups seems to guarantee that emotionally you're going to get it together. After going through all the chaos of the Tower, um, I think emotionally you're going to find your footing again, Aries. And it's interesting that I don't see a lot of, I don't see any wands. I see a lot of water, but the major arcana seems to dominate. You do have fire here in the tower. And maybe this new beginning means that you are taking on the energy of tearing everything down that is not working for you. And as you know, the devil uses the energy of fire. He's associated with hell. And so you resolving this emotional hell that you've been going through, I think that you're going to have a lot to do with why this tower is happening. And then you get this Ten of Cups. And you may not be certain of what's going to happen, but I think you should, once again, I think you should see this as a positive sign. You are rebuilding. You are starting over. You are going to be able to resolve all the negative things that are going on, even if you're not sure what's going to happen next. But I think you should trust in the process. The tower, I think, in your case means that you did something that needed to be done, or you will need to do something that's absolutely necessary for your health and for your happiness. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to shuffle for your outcome card. Okay, I'm going to cut the cards. Okay. Your outcome card is Strength reversed. And this is a sign with the lion, so it's part of Leo. It's part of the fire energy. And so with the star in reverse next to the strength in reverse, Aries, your fire energy, your strength, after everything you went through with your energy in the tower, your energy is going to be diminished a little bit. Maybe you might feel this whole situation is telling you there's no hope, things are taking a turn for the worse. But I don't think you should give up. It just means that um, you might be limited in what you're able to do about the situation, or you're going to, it could even mean that sometimes you need to take a step back and retreat, because sometimes there are situations we have no control over. And sometimes we just have to take a step back, let go, and let everything take care of itself. So, with the strength card that's diminished, I think you need to see that as um, you rebuilding and retreating, or you being in a place to where um, you will need to do some problem solving and think things through, even though they don't look promising. But I think it means that eventually everything will fall into place. And the catastrophe from the tower, um, I think you're going to recover from that. That's what I think this means, that you'll need to recover. And you need to get your hope back and your positivity back. And as I said earlier, I am definitely feeling a situation where you might be going through a breakup, or there definitely seems to be relationship problems that are pushing you in a different direction. And maybe after that experience, and realizing that something is not working out the way it's supposed to, yeah, you're going to start feeling, what's it all for? But I don't think you should give up, even though this situation might look helpless. I'm starting to just see this as you pulling back, um, and stopping and not trying to control the situation. Maybe this tower means that um, something happened to you that took control over the situation that you were helpless and you couldn't do anything about. And so now you feel emotionally spent, you feel emotionally tired of the situation, which is why the star and the strength card are in reverse. But I think you're going to recover. And I think there are times when we we do need to take a break. When the strength card is in reverse, it doesn't mean that you're necessarily weak. Sometimes it just means that you do need to take a step back. Okay. So I'm also going to shuffle for an angel card. And this card could be delivering a message from your spirit guide or a guardian angel or a higher power. Oh, okay. A card did fall out for you. It says, listen to your intuitive feelings, meaning your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. Okay. And I think that's very important, considering the hangman was your hangman in this present moment is in reverse. So, Aries, that was your reading for May. I want to thank everyone for your comments and for your support and for your donations. So many of you have contacted me for readings, um, and I want to thank you for that. Um, it's just been a wonderful month for me, and I just want to thank you for that. So, Um, I want you to continue staying in touch. I appreciate your comments, so please feel free to leave a comment. I'm always interested to see how my readings play out in your lives. Okay, so take care, and I will see you online.